Detective Inspector Henrik Jungersen counted to 3, flung open his car door and sprinted for the wrought iron gates at the entrance to Østersparken. At least the rain kept the ghouls away, he thought, as he nodded at the unlucky cop on guard duty and slipped inside the park. The TV news crews were staying in their vans, watching from behind steamed-up windows. Good. He had no answers anyway. One question had been gnawing at his brain all morning. How was it possible to abduct a child in the middle of Copenhagen, barely a couple of 100 yards from a busy metro station, shops and fast food restaurants, without anyone noticing? 9-year-old Matilde Clausen had been missing for 17 hours. The playground, dug into the slope between the street and the large, vaguely boomerang-shaped lake in the middle of the park, was now a crime scene. As Henrik descended into the sandy hollow surrounded by trees and shrubbery, Detective Sergeant Mark Sundergren rushed towards him with an umbrella. His face mirrored Henrik's strong sense that something was horribly wrong. Every parent's worst nightmare. "They haven't found anything, boss," said Mark, gesturing at the technicians working in among the trees. Henrik wasn't surprised. Trampled on by dozens of kids and parents and soaked in overnight rain, the ground was unlikely to yield anything useful. But they had to try. "At this stage, nothing is irrelevant," he had told his team of investigators at the morning briefing. The mobile phone Matilde had been given for her 9th birthday, despite her mother's protests, was switched off. Last detected inside the park a few minutes after she went missing. If they found it, they might be able to determine if she had been in touch with anyone of potential interest. "Give me a moment," said Henrik, as he sheltered under Mark's umbrella with the rain hammering on the canopy. His jeans and boots were soaked, and water was trickling inside the collar of his shirt and down his back. He welcomed the icy sensation. He needed to stay awake, alert. The past few months were a blur, a blank nothingness of training, shifts and paperwork. Little daylight penetrated the thick cloud. The opposite end of Østersparken, a sunken oasis of tranquility close to Nørreport station, was lost in the misty gloom. You could almost feel it, the northern hemisphere hurtling towards the point furthest from the sun. The Christmas lights that had sprung up all over the city made a flimsy defence against the enveloping darkness. Henrik tried to imagine what the playground would have been like yesterday afternoon, with screaming children crawling on the timber frame and being pushed on the swings by adults, chatting and warming their hands on takeaway coffees. It had been brighter then, a brief respite from the perpetual winter rain, but bitterly cold. The park would have looked beautiful, the light from the setting sun glinting off the surface of the lake, the old roofs and spires of the city just visible beyond the tree-lined perimeter.